There's a new breed of entrepreneur rising, and they're not drowning in busy work. They're not clinging to how it's always been done. They're building smarter. They're thinking bigger. They're not just small business owners. They're technology-enabled entrepreneurs. Hello, and welcome back to Small Business Big AI, my fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Kim, your host and guide as you step into the next era of entrepreneurship powered by courage, strategy, and smart tech. So, let me paint a picture for you today. Two entrepreneurs, same town, same industry, same number of hours in the day, but two very different futures. Now, on the one side, we have Dave. Now, he runs a successful enough local insurance agency. His team is loyal, his clients like him, and he knows his business inside and out. But every customer follow-up email, well, it's hand-typed. And every new policy, manually keyed into 3 systems. Every lead tracked on a color-coded spreadsheet that only Dave really understands. Now, he calls it his personal touch. But the truth, it's a digital age death sentence. Because behind the scenes, Dave is drowning. He's up at 11:30 p.m. typing out quotes. He's stuck in a web of tiny, time-sucking tasks, repeating the same motions over and over, just trying to keep the machine running. Now, he's got grit, that's for sure. But grit is no longer enough. Not in the AI era, not when your competitors have leverage. And across town, well, there's Carla. Now, Carla runs an insurance agency that looks a lot like Dave's on paper. Similar staff, similar customer base, but the way she operates, well, it couldn't be more different. So while Dave is typing, Carla's AI assistant is already sending personalized policy reviews triggered by renewal dates and lifestyle changes. And her CRM is syncing with her carrier's portals while she sleeps. Now, her lead gen, it's running a 24/7 outreach campaign, completely automated, constantly learning. Now, she's not working less. She's working smarter. She's traded busy work for bandwidth. And most importantly, she's not the bottleneck anymore. She's the architect of her business.
That's right there, Kim. That's the difference between surviving and scaling, between being the operator of a job you created and being the CEO of a business that runs without you.
Exactly how. And I want everyone listening to sit with this question. Now, what side of this story are you on? Because this moment right here, right now, is your fork in the road. Now, one path leads to burnout, and the other leads to breakthrough. Now, one path leads to stress, control, and stagnation, but the other, freedom, leverage, and legacy. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about who's smarter. It's not about who works harder. Now, Dave is brilliant. Dave is also relentless. But Carla made a decision, a mindset shift. She stopped trying to fix every leak herself and started designing a better ship. She didn't just adopt AI tools, she adopted an entirely new identity. Now, she's not a small business owner anymore. She's a technology-enabled entrepreneur.
And that's not just a title, that's a turning point. It's the different way of thinking, of leading, of building something that runs because of you, not just with you.
So here's the gut check I want you to carry into this episode. Now, think about this. If I stepped away from my business for 72 hours, would it run or unravel? Now, if that question makes you squirm a little, then good. That means you're ready to grow. Because in this episode, we're not just closing out our July series on mindset and messaging. We're making a transformation, a rise, a calling. And this is the rise of the technology-enabled entrepreneur. And in Act 2, we're going to break down exactly what that identity means and how to build it.
So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's shift gears because we're just getting started.
Hey, quick sidebar before we keep going. Now, if this episode has you nodding your head and thinking, okay, maybe I'm ready to try this AI thing, but you're still not sure how to start or how to get the AI to actually sound like you, well, that's exactly why I created the Impact Framework. It's not a list of prompts. It's a mindset, a method. It's a way to think strategically before you ever type a single word. Now, inside the course, I walk you through how to shape your AI conversations so they actually work for your business. Now, whether you're writing an email or drafting your about page, or maybe just trying to get unstuck without going in circles. Because learning to prompt isn't just about words. It's about knowing what you want and leading with clarity. So if you're ready for AI to stop feeling like a threat and start acting like your most helpful teammate, well, check out the Impact Framework. The link is in the show notes. Let's turn that hesitation into momentum. Now you've got this. All right, let's dig into it. Now, what does it really mean to be a technology-enabled entrepreneur? Well, it's not just someone who uses AI tools or adds a chatbot to their website. Now, that's surface level. This is deeper. This is about identity, authority. It's about vision. It's about shifting from being chief doer of all things to strategic architect of scalable systems.
Exactly. It's the difference between being in the weeds and designing the whole damn garden. And let me say it loud for the folks out back. A tech-enabled entrepreneur isn't defined by how much tech they use. They're defined by how they think.
Yes, that right there, Hal. Because let me tell you, the trap I see so many small business owners fall into, they confuse action with progress. Now, they confuse being busy with being effective. So they're doing 87 things a day, but none of them are really strategic.
I call it maintenance mode in disguise. The calendar's full, but the vision is empty.
And let's just call it what it is. It is exhausting. So here's a question for you, my listeners. Now I want you to pause and really answer this in your mind. Where in your business are you doing things manually just because it feels safer or more familiar or like the only way to get it done right? Now, that little voice in your head that says, I'll just do it myself, well, that's your intuition. That's your inner a bottleneck whispering these sweet nothings while it keeps you stuck.
You've got to challenge that voice because control feels safe, but it kills momentum. Delegation isn't weakness. Automation isn't lazy. It's leadership.
Now, that's the mindset evolution from doer to leader, from technician to transformer. And look, I get it. For years, we were all sold the lie that our value was in our effort. Now, if you're not working late, you're not working hard enough, or if you didn't handwrite that follow up, it won't feel personal. Or if you automate, you lose your touch. Well, that's hustle culture guilt talking. And we are done with that narrative.
Here's the truth. AI isn't here to erase your personal touch. It's here to protect it, to give you the space to actually be present. So you're not answering emails during dinner or trying to proofread invoices at midnight.
And that's where the transformation starts. So let's talk real life wins. I love me a good coffee table conversation. So here's a behind the scenes story. Now, one of our clients, we'll call her Monica, she was running a 7-figure consulting firm, brilliant, charismatic, but buried. She was writing her own onboarding emails, updating lead sheets by hand, and manually sending reminder texts for every Zoom meeting.
That's the classic control loop. You start off doing it all because you have to, but if you never let go, you become the reason the business can't scale.
Exactly, Hal. And here's what changed for Monica. Now, we mapped out every task that she hated doing and asked, would you pay a real person to do this? Now, if the answer was yes, then she delegated. And if the answer was no, then we automated it. Now, in 30 days, she reclaimed 15 hours a week and even closed 3 new contracts because she finally had the time to sell and serve. Now, that's the ripple effect of a technology-enabled mindset.
Here's the framework we always come back to. Write this down if you're listening. Number 1, eliminate what no longer serves you. Number 2, automate what doesn't need your brain. Number 3, delegate what drains your energy. Number 4, elevate what only you can do. Your genius zone.
Okay, Hal, say it again for the people trying to scale without scaling their time.
Eliminate, automate, delegate, elevate. That's the move.
Oh, that's the move. And the real flex is when AI becomes your partner, your unseen team. Now, not some futuristic tech toy, but a powerful, silent operator behind the scenes. Now, AI doesn't replace your voice, it amplifies it. And it doesn't kill your vision, it just clears the path for it. So, I want to ask you one more gut check before we head into Act 3. Now, if your business tripled in the next 6 months, would your system survive or collapse? Because here's the reality. You can't scale chaos. You can't delegate dysfunction. And you can't automate confusion.
You've got to get clear, then get help, whether it's from people or technology.
Amen, Hal. Up next in Act 3, we're issuing a challenge, a declaration, a rally cry. We're not just talking about the rise of the technology enabled entrepreneur. We're going to help you step into it.
So don't go anywhere. Act 3 is your turning point.
If you've got questions or just want to continue the conversation, join us over on LinkedIn or Facebook. The info is in the show notes.
We'd love to hear what's on your mind as we navigate this AI journey together.
All right, my fellow entrepreneurs, this is it. You've heard the contrast, you've felt the friction, and you've seen what's possible when you stop playing small and start thinking like a technology-enabled entrepreneur. But now, right now, it's time to make a decision, because this isn't just the end of an episode. This is a mark the moment turning point.
So here's your question. I want you to be real with yourself. Am I building a business that runs for me or one that runs on me? Because one will give you freedom and the other will bury you in burnout.
So let's bring it back to the identity shift. Now, you're not just a small business owner. You're not a glorified task manager. And you are not the bottleneck or the backup plan, because you are a technology-enabled entrepreneur. And that changes everything. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about being bold enough to say, I don't need to do it all. I need to lead through it all.
That's the declaration. That's the power move. Because let's be honest, while everyone else is waiting for the perfect prompt or the perfect tool or the perfect moment, you're choosing to lead. And leadership looks like automating the things you used to micromanage, delegating without guilt, protecting your genius time like your future depends on it, because it does.
So let me say this as clearly as I can. Now, you were not built to burn out. You were built to break through. And the most dangerous lie that small business owners are still telling themselves is that playing small is safer. But you know what's actually dangerous? Staying the same while the world evolves without you. Join our growing community of small business owners who are using AI to transform their businesses. Subscribe and be part of the conversation. So here's your challenge this week. Not next month and not someday, but this week. Go public with the shift. Declare your identity. Share your vision. And post it on LinkedIn. Send an email to your community or record a quick video. Whatever your medium is, use it. And say something like this: I'm building a technology-enabled superpower. Are you? Because when you say it out loud, you not only claim it for yourself, you give someone else permission to do the same.
And for those of you whispering, I don't know where to start small, start messy, but just start. Take one thing you're doing manually, just one, and delegate it to the AI this week. Let that first win create momentum.
Now, you don't need an MBA and you don't need to be techie. You just need to be willing. Willing to be a beginner again, or willing to question the familiar, or willing to build something that outlasts you. Because here's the truth. The future of small business isn't small. It's bold, it's tech-enabled, and it's human-led. Now, we're not talking about automation for efficiency's sake. We're talking about creating time, creating space, creating freedom.
And not just freedom from tasks, but freedom to dream, to build, to lead.
So if you've been waiting for a sign, well, this is it. This is your moment to stop identifying as the overworked operator and start showing up as the technology-enabled entrepreneur who leads the next generation of bold, efficient, freedom-first businesses. Now that's it for today's episode of Small Business, Big AI. Until next time, keep embracing change, keep innovating, and remember, the future of your business is bigger than you think, and the steps you take today will shape the legacy you build tomorrow. Now I'm Kim.
And I'm Hal. And this has been Small Business, Big AI.
Thanks for listening. Now go build something that sets you free. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember this. AI is no longer optional. It's not about the tools, it's about the mindset. So stop chasing perfection. Start chasing progress. Because while your competitor's still figuring out ChatGPT, you could be building your technology-enabled superpower.